Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, yeah! Gotta love that music. Uh, uh, get it? Get it? Oh, yeah! 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 Okay, anyway. Okay, this is... Whew. Perfect. Fits the screen perfectly. We're playing Busty Ninjas. Different version of Senran Kagura. Oh shoot, I did not mean to touch. I didn't mean to touch you like that. Francis? Yeah, Francis. That's her name. Alright, so these are the two events. This one is going to end in 2 days, so let's do this one. Welcome to Hey Long. Oh yeah, and they actually created another chapter for the main story, so I need to do that too. Okay, let's just do this one, get it over with. A corner of Chinatown in a certain town, who was inside a complicated alley on the first floor of an inconspicuous commercial building. A Chinese restaurant attracting attention in the Chinese cuisine scene, the Hey Long. Even though it opened just a few weeks ago, it's so popular that even with its disadvantageous location, there's a waiting line every day. The reason for its popularity, regardless of it being hard to find unless you're a local, is not only because of the delicious food, above all else, it could be because all the staff are beautiful women. Welcome, let me show you to your seats. Alrighty, this table is all clean now. Nanase Mai, a small girl with impressive silver hair, Kasumi Gaoka Rika, a woman with a healthy physique and black hair. Why are the sound effects so freaking loud? And, oh, dang! And Long Xiang, a beauty and with a somewhat drowsy expression, is giving out instructions to the kitchen staff at the counter. Men who come to see these three beauties and a delicious dish, and women who think they will also become beauties if they eat the food here. Business was great in the Hey Long, the Chinese restaurant situated in Chinatown, contrary to what the employees there wanted. How about our best-selling menu? Jinlei-style gyoza dumplings. 6 dumplings a plate. Takeout is available, so make sure to notify your staff anytime. Jinlei-style karage, fried rice, chili prawn, and yurinchi. All dishes are made after receiving your order, so it may take some time. Is that an additional order? Please wait a moment. New customers? Please wait a moment. We'll show you to your seats as soon as they become available. Liquor? We don't sell or serve liquor during daytime hours. Sorry. Why did the sound effect just randomly come on? Is it on loop with a dead silence in between? Lunchtime is as busy as the battlefield. Sweat forms even on the foreheads of trained Taimanins. The seats in the restaurant were full, even the counter seats. Meanwhile, Mai and Rika moved around smoothly. Mai-chan, can you take the order? Rika-chan, 2 more Jinglei-style gyoza dumplings, please. Coming. Okay, 2 Jinglei-style gyoza dumplings. Miss? There are many customers and business is good. As employees, it's a good thing, so they write down the orders of customers even as they sweat. And inside the counter... excuse me. How did this place become so popular? The manager, Lan Xiang, who is in charge of the cash register and delivering orders to the kitchen, smiled bitterly and sighed. Girl, it looks like you're just wearing an apron, and it's cut in half. Like your breasts are what's holding your apron up. Miss, the customers will worry if you look tired. Smile, smile. Laughing in situations like this. You're a professional, a real pro, this one. Not that she's a real professional, but Mai seemed to be feeling runner's high, or just crazy for being so busy. But Lan was a little impressed. No, you guys are the faces of the restaurant. Don't mind me. I beg to differ. Mai and Rika are students. As for Lan, Lan shakes her head with her thoughts reached that part. How foolish of her. Anyway, if the restaurant is going flourish like this, I just wanted to go on a joint operation with Sue, she thought. There she goes again. More importantly, could you take the orders? I need to ask the cat for help at this point. Yeah, welcome. We don't have any empty tables right now, so you're going to have to wait. It's good that you're thinking, but can you please check the cash register properly? Jinglei-style fried rice and gyoza, right? Lan drops her shoulders, but still calculates at an invisible speed. This is also one of the special things about this restaurant. The manager, Lan Xiang, and the waitresses, Nanase Mai and Kasumi Gaoka Rika, and all the kitchen staff cooking. Even today, they're with the somewhat incompetent-looking manager working to increase sales. Invisible speed? I wish I could calculate invisible speeds. A few weeks earlier, not long ago, the task force was provided with data on clone research as well as facilitated by Lan Xiang. In truth, it's more accurate to say that she tested the task force, but in return she nominated Su Jinglei and proposed a joint operation. However, I didn't know until the last minute that Su was appointed a different mission. It would be more accurate to say that Su was already in an important mission, and because Lan was being insistent, the details of the mission weren't finalized until the very end. Anyway, Lan wanted to work with Su, but couldn't. My proposal for a joint operation was accepted, but I can't pick the members I want to work with. What's with that? I'm sorry, let me introduce you to some people I can trust. This is Nanase Mai and Kasumiga Okarika. Mai is diligent and witty. I filled her in on the details of the mission, so talk to her when you need advice. Rika is skilled. Yeah, I vouch for that. What do you mean by that? Okay, Miss Rika. Whoa. I am not some horse. This is what she's like, bright. I'm sure she'll keep the mission from becoming boring. That isn't a compliment. I mean, neither of them are as cute as Su, but they are the cute type. I should just let it slide this time. Excuse me, here's my order. Both of them are cute. Customer C is like, bruh? Huh? The male customers were looking at Lan's suddenly smiling face in disbelief, but Lan has the kind of beauty that attracts the attention of others, even if their tastes are divided. The men who saw the smile of this beautiful woman stared mesmerized, and Lan finished calculating at the cash register so quickly that after images of her could be seen. What do you mean? What do you mean that you calculate so crazily that you see after images? What? Just then the sound of something shattering came from inside the restaurant. Rika! That was quick! I mean, I did cause trouble. How many have you broken since we opened? Clean it up quickly so the customers don't get hurt. Okay. Rika's clumsiness isn't getting any better. Su, I really need a break. Lan thought to herself as she sighed and returned to work. An unmotivated manager and a clumsy employee. Nevertheless, the restaurant is running without a problem. That must be thanks to the employees working hard behind the scenes and the looks of Mai, Rika, and Lan. Actually, their looks probably make up 90% of its success. Looks like business is booming today, too. Lan, the unmotivated manager, is grateful to the hard-working Nanase Mai and employees as she worked. Outside the restaurant in a back alley, concealing her presence even further out of sight, the white-haired spider princess Anemone muttered, looking up at the sky as if she was doing nothing. Enough with the useless report. Any news on the target? Lan's voice came from the earpiece Anemone had. Lan, who was in the restaurant, could clearly hear Anemone's comments. No thing at all. I'm about to die of boredom here. Are you sure? Positive. The girls must be doing well. Or rather, it's more like my children have grown tired of eating Chinese food. How about we change to a Western cuisine now? By my children, she means her spider underlings that she orders around. Dozens of her spiderlings had set up an information network within Heilong, and were monitoring the target, while filling their stomachs with the leftovers or food that the customers had dropped. Gross. A group of spiders that were monitoring the target returned to exchange information, and there must have been information about the menu today. I would like a juicy Hamburg steak. Work is not a joke, okay? This is no different to you guys mucking about while running a fake restaurant. Anemone smirked and kept her words to herself. Anemone, who is the queen of spiders, is a demon. Originally, she was kept under a watchful eye and under the protection of Gosha and the Fuma clan, but her abilities proved useful to this mission, which is why she joined. Out of everything else, she chose to run a restaurant. But I heard Chinese cuisine is Su's specialty. Oh, her. You're her old partner? Not old. The task force is merely a temporary deployment. It was. Su probably just thought of you as a work colleague. Anemone decides not to say this, as Lan would be discouraged to the point of no return. Well, if the work goes on for a long time, she might return. I'll look forward to the food that comes out then. Yes, although it shouldn't be that long. At least you still have enough reason to understand that. Anyway, I'm bored. Is this what it's like when people say I'm dying of boredom? Anemone listens to her spiderling's report and shifts her attention to the target they're spying on, that being a group of demon terrorists in an abandoned building across from the Chinese restaurant Heilong. The original Heilong was a restaurant that was close to closing down. Noting that it was a suitable location to monitor them, Gosha purchased it and was monitoring their movements while operating undercover. This was the true mission of Lan and the others. At first it was only Lan, Mai, and Rika, even though it is cover, they created a website saying that business is business, and hired chefs, came up with a menu, and also called Anemone to monitor the terrorists. At the time, they even asked Tekain Koharu to build a tacky website to avoid being noticed and prevent people from gathering. Nevertheless, the first customer found the tackiness amusing, and it's not even funny that they were a famous influencer with millions of followers. Actually, that was the funny part. Who would have thought? 1 in a million. The restaurant ran as intended, not making any significant sales, no customers gathering, and passing meaningless time from open to close. Back then, Anemone wasn't even there. Mice or origami were sufficient to monitor the abandoned building. Until that day. The day? Why are there customers? This would be an absurd statement as a manager, but since they ran the restaurant to prevent customers, it is surprising that people did show up. This is the place I was talking about. Look around. They're cleaning, but the decorations and all are dirty. Isn't that weird? I love buildings like this that have this kind of mystery to them. Who is he talking to? Is he filming? I'm not sure, but he's a customer, so... excuse me, what would you like to order? What? A totally hot chick? Waitresses like these are hard to find, even in the big cities. Your order? Unfortunately, this influencer was an extremely popular person who gets 1 million views in an hour of uploading a video. Of course, when Mai, Rika, or Lan is in the video, their beauty will be seen worldwide, which resulted in the restaurant booming with customers for the first few days. Not only that... Oof! Ladies, who did you get permission to run a business in these parts? No protection fee, no running a business. Never heard of that rule. We're busy right now, so could you talk about that after we close? As Lan, who has been working hard as the beautiful manager, boldly replied, the customers who came to see her became excited. Okay, men find women who are beautiful and feisty attractive. This is true. For Lan, it's not something worth talking about in front of others. She just wanted to hear it later, for real. After all, they were operating undercover, so they didn't want to attract any attention, although now it seemed too late. But still, she didn't want to argue with a thug. Too bad. Let me show you what happens when you don't pay your protection fees. But that must have offended the thug. He was about to rush towards the cheering customers. Don't under-pressure customers. You're an adult. Can't you tell the difference between what you can do and what you can't do? Their violence was stopped by Mai and Rika. Wait, take that... Lan was about to stop the two in fear that people were going to get hurt, but quickly stayed quiet. Right, waitresses who use violence in the presence of customers, if word gets out that this restaurant is like that, these people will also leave. Nis? No, it's nothing, Mai. Both of you, show those thugs a good beating, with all your might. Remember to hurt them just enough so they don't need to visit a hospital. She said this because it's bothersome when the authorities gets involved, but that seemed to have angered them even more. You female dogs in heat. How dare you act cocky when I treated you well? You better not think this will end with you guys visiting the hospital. Fight! Fight! World Star! World Star! Lan smirks internally and orders Mai and Rika to wipe him out. Okay. Oh, I forgot, this is easy. Ow! 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 Oh, wait, no. Wait, hold on. I did it? What? Hold on. Ah, gem support! Ow! I took- Ow! Stop it! Stop hitting me! I took a bunch of ones. Cool. What is that? A reckless gangster? I forget how strong Lapis is. Lapis is strong. She's strong. A couple of minutes after the thug entered the restaurant and caused a scene. Ooh! The armed giant yells and tumbles out of the restaurant, wrapped in the curtain that drapes its entrance. You brats, you think you can get away with this? Whatever, who are you anyway? Oops, we kicked him out before you could tell us. Cut! Mai and Rika, who chased after the man, didn't even seem hurt. In fact, their clothes weren't even creased. Feeling the overwhelming difference, the man kept his words to himself. Curse you, dang it! I've remembered all your faces, and scurried off. Now that might be a problem. Indeed, that would be. The two of them muttered to each other and returned to the restaurant. To them, this was a simple task, incomparable to the duties of a Taimanin. That was awesome! That's some cheering and applause sound effect right there. Amazing! They chased thugs away! Did you see that? How he ran away? It's great to see such a big guy squealing and getting kicked out. Oh, what? Whoa, they're very excited. Huh? Why? Contrary to Lon's predictions, Mai and Rika driving the thugs out of the restaurant was a big hit to the customers. That day, the restaurant became busy, attracting more customers thanks to the incident. Among them were people recording videos explaining what happened that day and uploading it on social media. Starting with the influencer, who was the cause of their popularity skyrocketing, numerous celebrities and prominent people were talking about the video on the internet. It was almost like a festival. Why on earth is our restaurant doing so well? If not Lon, anyone else would have said the same thing, because at the end of the day, their mission was to monitor the terrorists gathered in the abandoned building. Getting this much attention could put the mission at risk. Why did this happen? All these people showing up when this is a secret mission? About that, no point with arguing with us. From Rika and Mai's perspective, they only followed Lon's orders, and they had no idea they would become this popular in the first place. Watching a shocking video of a beautiful girl with silver hair and a fleeting impression, and another beautiful girl with healthy dark hair beating up thugs with their bare hands is bound to make anyone flee. But their appearance and him underestimating their skills as Taimanins were one of the reasons too, Lon thinks. It should be okay. All this talk in the internet will probably die down within 3 days. No. You three are hottie boombalotties, there's no way. She said, but there were still waves of people outside the restaurant. The majority of them waiting for seats to become vacant are men, but there are a few women who came to see Mai and Rika for their beauty. What would happen if we just close up shop? Perhaps you will end up getting more attention unnecessarily. Moreover, a considerable amount of money is being invested to prepare the restaurant. Ha! And here I was, thinking it would be a good idea to watch over terrorists disguised as a Chinese restaurant. Lon dropped her shoulders as her voice became smaller. And then... All of a sudden, the noise coming from outside the shop went quiet. Oi, 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 oi! You really embarrassed us back there. Do we need to kick these fools out? Get an easy money, a piece of cake? Blech. Miss Blech is a bit low for you. Whoa, there's a lot of them this time. 1, 2, there's so many. Like Rika said, there were dozens of fierce-looking men outside the shop. This time they were armed, some even with guns. Are they here for revenge? Thank you for asking. Yes, if you're looking down in these parts, it's the end of you. So, now we have to force you to pay or leave. Ugh, they're here again? Dumb butts? Language, Miss Rika. That's low of you. I am a bit clumsy with direct combat, so can you take care of half of them? They're normal gangs anyway, consider it done. How about calling the police? That would be faster. What are you yapping about? Pay or get wrecked. What's it gonna be? We have the numbers and guns. Do as we say, or you'll wish you were dead. Well, bullets only travel in a straight line from the muzzle. Rika cracked her fingers. Your fingers will get thicker if you do that often. Oh, really? Are you even listening? Who the heck are you people? Dang it. Looks like we're going to have to roughen you up. Huh. Those threats don't scare me one bit. Huh. Rika looked towards Lon. She was waiting for a signal to take them out. What to do? Pay or send them back with bruises? If we pay, maybe the customers will think of us as fools and not come back? Lon was deep in thought when... Guns against girls. Bursting into the shop and ordering them to pay? That's harsh. Who the heck said that? Hey, stop filming! Ow! I said, don't touch the customers. The thug's arm was being twisted by Rika before he could grab the customer by the collar. She knew where the camera was and moved near it without being filmed. Mai couldn't have pulled it off, and this proved that Rika was more skilled in combat. What the? Take him out! Ah. Well, that's it. I'm calling the police. As Lapis comes in, beats up the thugs. My left nostril was clogged. Did this guy get into a baseball stance? He literally showed his bare butt just to get it spanked by Lapis's spear. Am I facing thugs or, like, mechs? Because, I'm seeing a lot more mechs than there are thugs. Guess the thugs be balling if they can afford these. Yeah, done in. Oh. Mobster boss? Oh, I didn't even get to do my ult. It was like 2 taps, I just poked him with my spear. Done in. Whoa! Shots were fired at Rika, but before the bullets could pierce her head, a piece of paper got in the way, wrapping around the bullets and rendering it useless. Twice. Mine neutralized all the bullets with speed unrecognizable to the normal human eye, and by the time she finished, Rika was already behind the punk with a gun. Ha! She got low and put her shoulder forward, bending her knees and upper body. She shoulder-checked the punk right where his lungs were. It seemed like a light push, but impact at such a close distance will get them winded. It's true. Suddenly having trouble breathing, the punk fell into confusion and dropped his gun, clutching his neck. He might get seriously hurt if I hit him with my hand. More importantly, make sure they don't shoot. If someone else gets shot, this won't be over with a light wound. Maya retrieved the bullet she had stopped, and Rika laughed awkwardly. The punk finally understood that the staff of this restaurant were on a whole different level than he thought. It was obvious. Stopping a bullet with ease, knocking out an opponent with a light touch, normal thugs and punks couldn't even dream of doing such a thing. What the heck is wrong with this restaurant? He stumbled out of the restaurant, but the police sirens could already be heard from a distance. While Maya and Rika were taking care of the punks, Lon had called for assistance. Well, I do believe in your skills, but I can't risk endangering civilians. Thus the thugs were apprehended easily and thrown into jail for trying to extort money. The punks were also taken away. Supposedly, they were doing the same thing to other shops. They must have forced the shopkeepers to keep quiet and not call the police by threatening them. Thanks to us, the other shops called in their crimes as well. After a few days of the incident, the Chinese restaurant Along was booming with customers in a long queue. Why are we so popular? Clearly there are more customers than last time, right? I guess we're popular in social media, a shop with a beautiful manager, and kung fu girls, or so they say. Kung fu girls? Mai tilted her head at the name she's never heard of. We kicked out the punks last time, remember? Well, a video of us doing that must have spread like wildfire, and now that's what they call us. Ugh! Wasn't my hair, like, weird or something? I should have combed it properly. That's what you're worried about? If it gets more crowded, we can't focus on our mission. Beautiful staff and food that's cheap enough to suspect that they're not doing this for the money. In addition to taking down the neighborhood punks as heroes, the popularity of Heilong was skyrocketing. My cursor's still here. A few weeks after it first opened, they had taken care of the local problems and they had become extremely popular, contrary to what they had wanted in the first place. More customers again? Should we ask Gosha for reinforcements? But me, Miss Rika, Miss Anemone, and the others are already here. How about the Chinese Union? I asked for more kitchen staff and workers last time. It's not like we can't hire part-time workers. Should I help the kitchen? Don't you dare! That's a bit harsh. Rika pretended to sulk and pulled out her mobile device when she noticed something. Oh, a text. Oh, it's from Furfur. I didn't know because we were so busy. Operating a Chinese restaurant and watching over terrorists. Now I don't know which one's a real job. Lon ran through the information while Mai thought about the mission. Regarding that text, I already responded to her. Geez, restaurant or terrorist, which one's the real mission again? Ugh. Lon put her hands on her chest because that got her right where it hurt. She was realizing the situation here. In any case, the terrorists across the street will receive weapons from an overseas cooperator in a few days. Finally? Now we can be free from all this management. Some burden off my shoulders would be good. It was a fresh experience, but I don't want to do it again. This mission isn't even over yet, and you people are already thinking of that? But we had to face customers every day and prepare 80 chicken after the shop closed, slicing hundreds of vegetables. Do you want to see my skills with a kitchen knife? I could probably carve a statue of Buddha out of a sweet potato by now. Oh man, working at a restaurant do give you these skills, I guess. We had to jump in to relieve the workload of the kitchen staff, especially when it's busy like today. Genuine heck on earth. Anemone closed her eyes and muttered silently. She never knew they would be this busy. Still, it's good news that it's coming to an end. Let's cheer up, everybody. Okay, yeah. That's a strange sense of solidarity. I mean, it doesn't matter when they're doing a mission together. Despite Anemone's thoughts, Lon's group was sincere. Tell the infiltrating team about the information too, Anemone. Isn't it your job to contact people, Lon Xiang? I have to prepare 50 chicken by dinner, starting now. Wouldn't that be solved if you had brought prepped chicken from the start? Stupid. Stupid? If the ingredients aren't fresh, the food tastes bad. Besides, prepped chicken is more expensive. If you're running a shop, then it's obvious to care about sales. These guys must have lost half of their minds in management because they skinned too much chicken. Anemone truly believes so, or more like worried so. I'll prepare the vegetables, so Anemone, you do your best too. Oh, okay. I'm counting on you? Got it. Maybe they can't tell apart if they're doing this for the mission or if they're doing this in the mission while they're at it. Confused by their mental state, she contacted the infiltrating team to share information that Furfur had sent them. Bro, Chinese food be good. Like I've said before, my favorite Chinese dish is Yong Chow fried rice. And it's specifically from Chinese First Barbecue. That's my favorite dish. I don't have it too much, but it's one of those like dishes you have once every month, and it's like beautiful. I love it. A few days ago, the base of operations for the anti-demon terrorists was across the Chinese restaurant Hei Long. 3 people were standing inside this abandoned building, and a dozen terrorists surrounded them. Why is there a demon here? The terrorists were furious because one of the 3 was a demon. Okay. Fyutsuki Kururi. Alright, the chick on the far on the left. Her hand is between her breasts. That's hot. I was like, is there something wrong with her model? No, she's purposely just sticking it through the melons. I'm like, dang. Anyway. And this chick is in a nun outfit, I just realized. Covering her dynamite body with a China dress-like costume, she was definitely an Oni with horns growing out of her head. Wait, this woman is a hybrid between a demon and a human. She has a grudge against demons because she was treated harshly by them as a child for the very reason of her existence. The others started muttering. As an anti-demon organization, they thought all demons were the same, and they hated humans, but a demon and human hybrid. Hating demons was someone they had never met before. Fyutsuki Kururi is my name. Like introduced before, I am a demon hybrid, and I'm sure there's no one here that hates them more than I do. If I can, I want to break off my own horns and bleed out all the demon blood inside me. A silvery voice echoed throughout the building. It was a charismatic voice, wanting to be heard even if someone was covering their ears. The crowd became silent just to hear her words. Please, give me a chance to get my revenge on them. She then kneeled, her charismatic voice and gracious actions took over the minds of the men in just a few dozen seconds. That was the power of her charisma. And, come to think of it, I've heard of an Oni controlling an army of hybrids. She was famous. Don't tell me. Yes, it was I who caused a ruckus in the demon realm. Kururi bowed her head with elegance again. I see. Then I think it's safe to say you're with us. We look forward to your cooperation, Miss Fyutsuki Kururi. Hey, Rit, welcome to the stream. How's your Saturday evening? Yes, as do I. Their attention now shifted to another woman standing next to Kururi. This is Margaret Lamarck. She's with a religious order from Europe. Alkalite. She's an exorcist who hates all things related to demonic energy, demons especially. She wanted to cooperate with us because she heard rumors about us. I heard about that order. I wanted to reach out to them first, but I never expected they would come to us. Maybe it means that our actions are recognized internationally. I expect much from you, Miss Margaret. Margaret quietly bowed her head without changing her face. Kururi, who charmed the terrorists with her beautiful voice, and Margaret, who got accepted without a single word just by her presence. These two were complete opposites to one another. How about their skills? I heard Miss Kururi led the hybrid army, and Miss Marguerite is an exorcist, so she must have the skills. We shall see. Can you two show us your skills? But that wasn't because they were suspecting them as spies. More of a people trying to exploit the organization to their biddings without skill kind of worry. They also wanted to take a look at their fighting skills. Of course, I understand that trust in each other comes by showing their true nature. I don't mind, as long as I can get your trust. Kururi agreed with a valiant pose like a theater play, and Marguerite agreed with simple movement. Oh, we're proving ourselves to the organization. Gym support! Gym support! Ow! Okay. This is a small area. There's not much space for me to move. And it's blocked off. Oh! Whoop. Yeah, let's cut that thing in half. What is that? Terrorist assault? Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, for a second you thought I had a need mod? Nah. And even if I did, I wouldn't have streamed it. That's enough! The test ended in just a few minutes. The drones and armed terrorists that the organization had prepared were nearly annihilated. Coward? Yes, I am. The next wave, please. I have yet to show all of my powers. As am I. I'll promise I'll make the next battle much more exciting. No, that's enough. I mean it. Enough. What formidable strength. With this, we can take out all the demons. You wish. Kururi and Marguerite didn't display their powers to the fullest, but it was enough to pass their test. They seem surprised at our power, but they have the numbers. I think there's more inside, too. Dear God, please tell me why you are accepting these foolish people. Well, that's because humans, demons, machines, everyone is a fool above ground, right? Marguerite smiled quietly at Kururi's honest words. What it meant was unknown. Good, you're in. We look forward to working with you too. That's how Kururi and Marguerite got into the anti-demon terrorist group. Okay, so that's the terrorist side. Ah, I see. Alright, so this should be section 4. After a while, finally the terrorists began to move as an organization. They already had weapons that outfits their status as a terrorist group, but the leader of the group was stepping outside of their hideout to get additional weapons. He left the building with trustworthy members and headed to the mountain village where demons were in hiding. He was going to pick up the latest bioweapon of the Chinese Union on the way and attack the village for battle data. As always, right on time. Of course, and here's the field test data we gathered. Good, this would improve the war machines. Weapons with high quality can be sold at a good price. How they could operate such weapons was because, simply put, a high-status member of the Chinese Union was involved in this. They deliberately let those weapons loose at a low price to collect field data from it, or sell it to make some cash. Still, where there's evil, there's also justice, or maybe vice versa. I wrote down the new function of the weapon in that memo. Burn it after reading it. Stop! As soon as the smuggler handed over the memo to the terrorist, a somber voice echoed. The next moment, armed men came out from the bushes nearby. You are completely surrounded. Drop your weapons and surrender. This is Investigator Lan Xiang of the Chinese Union People's Liberation Army Intelligence Department. You are completely surrounded. That is a mouthful. Investigator of the Intelligence Department? How did the information leak? The smuggler tried to escape using the shades of the forest, but cut his hand on a sharp strand of web. Ugh, what the heck is this, a string? Try escaping again, and you'll lose one of your body parts. My webs are very sharp. Ugh, don't panic. If we don't go back, my subordinates will notice something's wrong and come to help us. Just buy some time. They won't. I don't know much about the part about my colleague is already hacking your communications as we speak. Meanwhile, back at their hideout, Takane Koharu was hacking into the communications and sending orders to wait as the deal is taking some time. The terrorists who were ambushed at the scene, divided from their colleagues, gathered around their leader and took out their weapons. Your resistance is futile. We are the official unit of the Chinese Union carrying out operations. Oh, we wouldn't have become terrorists if we were afraid of the government. However, everyone knew he was just bluffing. They still had a chance, with the bioweapons they just received. I'll kill you all! The terrorist ordered his men to stall them and opened the cage where the bioweapons were confined.
Never.
Okay. Are those the bioweapons? They are. These are top secret weapons. They are not even commercialized. The brand new weapons I used last time to test the capability of the task force. Looks like one of the staff in the lab betrayed us, blinded by money. First, I heard they are the weapons of the Chinese Union, but do you mind if I destroy them? Of course not. I think we need a thorough inspection and punishment. I see. These weapons are ones you would rather not disclose at all costs. Alright, let's destroy them all. Yes? Whoa! Whoa! Oh yeah, I was saying earlier that I lost my train of thought, but I got all the lost items in Hollow Zero and Zenless Zone Zero, and I'm so happy about that. I also got all the achievements from Operation Reaper. Or the Reaper operations. Congrats! Oh, thanks, Rit. Oh, that's a new one. Chimera Beast. Bernice. It's still Bernice. Yanagi should come on in, like, 3 more days? Yeah, Bernice is still on the banner, so you have plenty of time to get Bernice. And I pulled Bernice yesterday, by the way, so happy about that. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I tell you that, Rit? No? Oh. Oh, you only did a single pull for Bernice? Dang it, you think humans can coexist with demons? Yes. By the time you realize we were right, you'll be all doomed. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and pull her W engine next. When I checked the W engine banner, I just needed 30 pulls to see if I can get it. So, you haven't played in ages? That's fair. I mean, you were doing Brown Dust 2 as well. Which, by the way, Rit, update, I maxed out Yumi's costume in Brown Dust 2 yesterday. I did a 10 pull and got 2 Yumis. So I was like, so all I have left is to get 2 more Hikage costumes and the ultra rare version of Hinata's knife. You left that too? That's fair. Brown Dust 2 is a lot. Thank you. Surely it's hard to overcome the differences between species. It comes to me differently when you say it. Right? However you think about me, I've lived for a long time. You're playing Genshin? 1 pull a day? Oh, okay. I'm just saying, you could save it for a 10 pull, because 10 pull guarantees at least a 4-star weapon or character. Just saying. For Sheilanen, you've done 65 pulls now for Sheilanen. Oh my gosh, 65 pulls? Oh my goodness, those bazooka take up the whole screen. I know, right? This is my first time meeting this character, Lan Xiang. Oh my gosh. Not one Puma Mommy. Not one Puma Mommy. Oh, sorry, Rit. You can do it. Just keep going. You're in, like, you have 65 pity for that banner. You'll eventually get her. Huh, what a load of poo. This is all a load of poo. There will be revenge, and I will kill all the demons. You sound like Eren Yeager from, like, Attack on Titan. All the titans will die. Alright. Anemone? Finally, I was starting to lose my patience with all the noise. What are you going to... Why'd I sound like a Muppet? The terrorist leader was silenced by Anemone's webs, and like the other terrorists, was taken away. Great job, everyone. Now, this is the control device of the Chimera. Lan retrieved the device from the leader she tied up, and controlled the device to neutralize the remaining Chimeras. Once the Chimeras became docile as if their rampage was a lie, Anemone muzzled them with her strands of web and confined them in the cage. What's up, Rit? I'll take it from here. You tell them there's no need to act. There is a hot-blooded one among them. Sure thing. Lan bitterly smiled at Anemone and told her colleagues in the infiltrating team that the mission was accomplished. Yay! You've downloaded numerous games on your college device. How many games have you downloaded on your college device? There's maybe 4 or 5? Man, you're just like trying out games, huh? Is it corn games? We are under attack! The Chinese Union is attacking us! We are not really from the Chinese Union. We still are their reinforcements. Mai and Rika broke a dirty window and entered the abandoned building. As they entered, they kicked down any armed terrorists that they spotted. The Chinese Union attacked from the front to attract attention. In the meantime, the smaller forces Gosha's Taimanins entered through the windows and caused the disturbance from inside. If you count 2 copies of the same game, no, only 2 or 3 are corn. Oh shoot. Why do you have 2 copies of the same game? The rest are normal? The rest? Oh, so like 2 or 3 are normal? But why do you have 2 copies of the same game on your, like, college device? Strategically speaking, the simple yet clear plan was absolutely effective. We need backup! No, we got more enemies in the front. We're on our own here. What? I feel like we are the bad guys here, but I can't go easy on them. You don't have to go easy on people who brought chaos into this world, committing terrorist attacks. Mai and Rika sounded as if they were joking, but their movements were not something the terrorists could see through. Even Anase Mai, whose attacks are far less lethal than any other time, and evaded all the bullets the terrorists fired and rendered them useless. When it came to Rika, she reduced the number of terrorists in a way that seemed extremely easy, by approaching them and incapacitating them by hitting them in a weak spots while dodging the bullet storm with ease. Wait a sec, no way! The Kung Fu Girls? I saw them in the Chinese restaurant. Kung Fu Girls? Do you know them? Yeah, they are the deadly duo you see everywhere in social media. Some say they're like gorillas dressed up as humans who hospitalized armed punks with just a kick. No, we aren't. Yes, I am. Well, it was you who kicked them, Mai. Don't agree with them, and don't speak as if that was my fault. Yaha, do you know how many times I've been to your restaurant? There's no way I'm wrong. So the terrorists from the terrorist organization went to Haylong. So, it's so funny. Like, the Taimanins are just in disguise at a Chinese restaurant. Meanwhile, the terrorists unknowingly went into the lion's den and came out unscathed. That's so funny. How many times did you go? How many terrorists C? How many times did terrorist B betray his organization? I mean, it was right next to the base, not that I went there on purpose. Come to think of it, the troops who attacked our front door are also the staff from the restaurant. Seriously, can you notice that any slower? And you should have let us know about it. I didn't know the Chinese restaurant had such famous people, but does that mean they have been watching us all along? Maybe. But that doesn't matter now whether they know about our plan or not. Once our leader brings the weapon, it's our win. You lost track. Oh, Rit, no! The state-of-the-art bioweapon that their leader said to bring, the terrorists thought they would have the upper hand if the weapon was here, even if they were against the special forces of the Chinese Union or demons. I don't think that weapon will come. Why do you think we attacked you when your leader was not around? No way. You knew that too? We did, so enough of your useless resistance and surrender. At that moment, we'll take care of the Kung Fu duo. Trust us, and you gather the people. The more we are separated, the easier they can defeat us one by one. Right. Alright guys, let's gather the forces. Good. Comrades, be careful. Comrades? The terrorists really believe in them. Then Mai and Rika readied themselves. Because they could feel a killing intent from Marguerite and Kururi, their Taimanin instinct warned them to be on high alert. Hey, the killing intent was so fierce that Mai squeaked involuntarily. Taimanins. He used the power of demons as humans. I'll purify you. The next moment, Marguerite disappeared. At least it seemed so. Is she serious? Marguerite moved with supersonic speed from Mai's blind spot to another. Mai, who had lowered her guard since she was a colleague, got cold feet and barely evaded her first attack. You're healthy, you swear? Alright, if you say so, Rit. My neck? Miss Marguerite, this is all an act, right? Right? You demons, I'll send you guys to God. Marguerite replied to Mai by putting her index finger to her lips and swung her favorite scythe at her. Alright then, it's my turn. To be honest, maybe I want to seriously fight against you. Or not. So, you want it or not? My, guess I have to play with you a little. But, how much longer do we have to act? Until the manager, Miss Lon calls us? Before that strike just before, you were serious, weren't you? I thought that would spare us from their suspicion. And you are a Taimanin. You can avoid the attack, can't you? Well, I trained to. At least, it was a nice move. It was getting hard to defeat the terrorists one by one, covering ourselves up as the Chinese Union's army. But our moves became the perfect excuse to gather all of them, saying it was for the last resistance. Catching all the fish at a single cast. That's about it. That's the most effective way to catch fries, don't you think? Maybe. Then all we have to do next is wait for Miss Lan's call. Right. Then come play with me more, little Miss Kung Fu. Ugh, I heard enough of that nickname. Oh, so Kururi and Marguerite were all in it? Okay, I'm happy about that. I didn't want Marguerite or Kururi to be the bad guys, because I like them. And yes, it is because they look hot. Obviously, if you look hot, that means you're good, right? Oh, man. It's like Yumi from Senran Kagura. Cute as justice! This is adorable. Oh, my left nostril is still clogged. Ugh. Wait, is she a playable character? Also, why am I facing a fellow Taimanin? I'm very confused. Nope, not yet. What do you mean, not yet? Oh, there's an invisible wall. I was like, what's going on? Oh, Nanase Mai. She's not playable to your knowledge? Oh, okay, gotcha. I think she's cool though. She'd be a really cool playable character, not gonna lie. Oh, I feel like she'd be a really annoying boss to deal with though. She turns to paper? That's disturbing. Alright then, we accomplished the mission yet again. Like Kururi had thought, the terrorists who gathered for the last resistance were suppressed by the Chinese Union's attack forces. Mai and Kururi also helped neutralize high-risk terrorists while having their own fights. There were no casualties. Great job. I'm glad no one was hurt. I'd say it was successful, by the way. What now? Kururi asked, looking at the terrorists who were being taken away into custody. Lan looked uncomfortable at the question. The bioweapons were retrieved and taken into one of the Chinese Union's labs. The next step should be finding out the person who's responsible for the leak. About the anti-demon terrorists, they will be sent to the Chinese Union as they are based on the Chinese Union and will be taken care of by it. But we are in Japan. Don't we need to call Gosha as this happened in Japan? Also, thanks for letting me know about that, Rit. I don't know if I thanked you or not. And that's how this will go in the end. The Chinese Union authorities say that they want to take care of this just to keep their pride, but since this happened in Japan, Japan would be first in line. It's like the essence of middle manager's sorrow. Don't say as if it's funny if you know that, said Lan, dropping her soldiers as if she was really exhausted. Well, I think Gosha will take care of this in their own way. Gosha will delete the memory of the demon village they tried to attack and punish them as normal terrorists as if they are not related to demons in the first place. That looks the most natural, not disclosing anything about demons to the public, but at the same time punishing them as terrorists. Yep. Did you really understand? Maybe half of it. What she meant was the terrorists would be punished as humans, not as someone related to demons. I would say that's a humane way to punish them. I see! Humans do not have any laws to regulate felonies related to demons. Mai thought that was the most reasonable adjustment, even though it was far from the truth. By the way, the mission was more taxing than usual. I agree, I don't want to do an infiltration mission ever again. Is that so? I would say it was quite fun. All you did was deliver food and took down some punks. Am I wrong, Kung Fu girl? My goodness, could you stop calling me that? It's not that we learned Chinese martial arts or something. Oh yeah? I'd say it would be awesome if you fought barehandedly. Even Miss Marguerite laughs at us. Jokes aside, I told you that I would cooperate with the task force, but I want to avoid working with demons as much as possible. The soft mood until a moment ago became dark. Marguerite was looking coldly at Kururi. Kururi was keeping a distance from Marguerite. It was clear that she was cautious and nervous. She must have noticed Marguerite's hatred against demons from the very beginning. Funny you should say. I don't want to work with someone who would attack me at any time. It's just, I've been living in a world like that. But you didn't accept the Taimanin's request to come out from your world? Marguerite looked away with a stern look as Kururi saw through her correctly. Lan and Kururi laughed a little, thinking she looked like a sulky child. Marguerite went a few steps far from them as if that laugh made her angrier. Marguerite hates not only demons or demonic nature, but Taimanins as well. Although she changed a bit after witnessing the village where demons and humans coexist, I'm not sure if we have a lot of things to work out or if she is really changing. Guess it'll get interesting. Anemone was enjoying the struggle Marguerite was having, looking down at her from a distance. Changes in beliefs, changes in standpoint, and her whole world changes. It was entertaining, funny, and cute to see a human is dwindled by the changes. But I guess it's good that the mission was a success. I don't know what kind of mistakes I would have made if the mission went on for longer. What's up, Rit? Why are you downloading another one? Really? I'd say it was fun. I even cooked for the first time. No, if you think about the plates you broke, it's not fun. Is there any chance those can be covered with the budget? Of course not. The price of the plates you broke and the ingredients you wasted will be deducted from your share. No. Everyone laughed at Rika for being frustrated. Even Kururi, a demon, and Marguerite, who still dislikes demons. This is the first time you can run these games? You know what? That's fair then. Enjoy yourself. I'm being serious. This is the first time you had access to a system capable of running these. If that's the case, enjoy it. Hey Long, a Chinese restaurant at the inside of Chinatown which only ran for a month. The restaurant left so many legends, and by the time one noticed it, it was already closed. Rumor has it that a gifted chef opened the restaurant for fun. Or the souls of a beautiful woman and a pretty girl who lost their lives opened the restaurant, but the truth is nowhere to be found. Your Chromebook used to be able to handle it a little bit, but it is failing now. Yeah, that's fair. As long as it's not a college-owned device that you're renting. But if it is yours, which I'm trusting it is, good. It is your college device. Good. Paid $700 for that? Yeah, get your money's worth. In fact, a broker who circulated the Chinese Union's brand new Chimera after defeating a terrorist group he was watching over opened the restaurant, but he was arrested. Lan Xiang and the others don't have to run the restaurant Hei Long as a cover anymore. The restaurant is perfectly cleared as if it was never there. The website for its advertisement was perfectly deleted on the web. It was as if the restaurant really didn't exist, only its regular customers deny that it can't be gone. Influencers and celebrities who supported its popularity also wondered, but no one could find the restaurant. So many speculations, rumors, and legends the restaurant produced for a short period of time of a month, but it disappeared. Hei Long must be at the end of this alley. A few days later, a beautiful girl came to the alley where Hei Long was. A legendary Chinese restaurant, Hei Long. Two dragons can't be under the same sky. Let's have a battle with me, the Wei Long. Winner takes the name of the dragon. I'm sorry. Hei Long and Wei Long. It's like Hei Long and it's Wei Long. That's silly. The girl followed the route on the map on her mobile device and arrived at the destination, but Yelan. True. That's funny. Hey, huh? This should be the place. The map says it's here. All she could find was an empty store. She couldn't even find any signs of a store, let alone any indication that it was a Chinese restaurant. As she looked around, an old man was walking by. What? Are you looking for Hei Long too? Yes, sir. Do you know what happened here? Ah, it's long gone now. Pity. The old man left her behind, having said that. Many people must have visited this alley to find the legendary restaurant Hei Long. He sounded somewhat exhausted. What? No! Her voice echoed through the alley. Hei Long, a legendary restaurant that, and only the lucky ones know how great the food was there. Yeah, I get it. Wink, wink, the food. Wink, 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 wink. Wink, the food. Hooray! We're done. Let's pull. For Kung Fu Girl Kasumiga Oko Rin. Let's pull. Nice. Oh. I can pull 2. Not enough event tickets? Oh. Hey Goku! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, you finally made it, and it's like near the end of the stream. Alright. We have successfully done one of the objectives tonight, which is to do the event for Action Taimanin that's ending in 2 days. No, yeah, you came at the very end of the Action Taimanin event. Sorry, buddy. I mean, I'll do this one. Repeat special camp of Youth and Deceit, I'll do this one. Also, like I said earlier, let's go to easy mode. Chapter 22 is now live, so look forward to that. I will play it. I'll play it. I'll get to it. Okay, alright. Alright guys. It's time to finally set this up. Okay. I need to close this game. Alright, I need to close this. I need to put up my Xbox controller. Because we're going to be playing, like, what, 22 minutes of freaking Echoes of Wisdom? I want to play, like, at least 5 minutes of it. So, give me a moment, because I still need to set things up. I have the outlet and everything. Oh, shoot, no! Okay. Give me a moment. I won't mute. I'm still here. Don't worry, guys, I'm still here. Sniffing. Sniffer. Sniffer. Oh my gosh. Sniffer, whiffer. Sniffer. Plugged in. Are we locked in? Can we do it? Are we locked in? Are we locked in?